my personal communication with three of the richest men in the world. It was never planned. In 2 cases, I just had ideas to share, and another time, just a short thank you note. John Malone became a billionaire when AT&T purchased his cable television conglomerate, TCI, Telecommunications Incorporated. I was busy running my computer networking company in Denver. Cable TV was just beginning to add about 60 or 70 channels to each system, and I thought, with all this programming, wouldn't it be nice to have a computer program to find the shows you wanted to watch? This would be via a floppy disk mailed monthly to each subscriber. This was before the internet. I put this concept, along with some different search ideas, into a letter and sent it off. Days later, I got a phone call from Mr. Malone's secretary asking me to hold for him. He thanked me for the idea and asked me a few questions regarding the search routine. Days later, I was invited to a board meeting, but due to a dizzy secretary, I never got the message and missed an opportunity to meet Mr. Malone himself. John too became a billionaire when the company he founded, Kingston Technologies, went public. As I said, I was running my computer network company and buying network interface cards from a number of sources. But there were always problems getting these cards to work in the variety of computers my clients were using. But once I bought a case of Kingston cards, all the problems went away. No more setting dip switches on each card. The cards automatically configured themselves for the system they were installed in and made my job as a network integrator considerably easier, by a factor of 10 times or more. I wrote a thank you letter addressed to Mr. Tu, and within 10 days I got a phone call at my home office from Mr. Tu's secretary, once again asking if I would hold for Mr. Tu. Funny how you never say no to a call like that. Mr. Tu thanked me for my letter and asked if he could do anything for me. I told him to just keep making great products because his company was making my job easier every day. Warren Buffett. No one remembers when Mr. Buffett became a billionaire except perhaps himself. I envisioned a story where, due to being one of the richest men in the world, Mr. Buffett was kidnapped and through the story develops a relationship with his kidnapper. I drafted a 1-page story concept and sent it to Mr. Buffett through his secretary. Warren Buffett dispatched to me a 1-page email telling me that even though the story was interesting, his family probably wouldn't appreciate the kidnapping scenario, and told me he was already receiving too much press as it was. Like I said, I never intended to communicate with 3 of the world's richest people. It just turned out that way.